Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good evening. How you doing? How you doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? Let me know what you up to, how you doing, and all that great stuff. How was your weekend? How are you managing in this little bit of extra heat that we're getting in the UK right now? Let me know in the chat. Um, you know, how's it going? What's up? Um, so I know I didn't get to do the live on Friday, but we already knew it was probably unlikely because I was on the road again. Um, and I tried to make space for it on the weekend, but again, it just didn't happen. So we're gonna have a nice time tonight, and yeah, we'll catch up. But how's it all going? We'll do our early bird roll call as well, of course. So big hellos around. We'll start right at the top. We got Stream Elements. How you doing? No, I'm joking. Wolfenstone, how's it going? Karen Commissar, how you doing, man? Good to see you again. Um, we got Underhive Hero. Hope you are well, mate. I hope the journey was good as well. My ears are too hot in this weather. Fuck, man. Waylander's Wandering, how's it going, mate? Um, oh, then there's, of course, my weekend was awesome. Thanks. Building something ready for my KFC. You're only starting now, dude. You only got a few days left. Crazy. Two-ish today. Wow. So yeah, had a good weekend then. What did you get up to? Did you explore the lead belt? So I'm treating myself. I finally got around to eating the Father's Day chocolates, which was literally just a bag of M&Ms. Oh, and a pack of Reese's peanut butter cups. That's alright. I didn't want anything because there's nothing you could get me. I don't need any more of this stuff for now. That's for sure. So. Don't want to get myself too fit, you know. Oh, nice. Okay, okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Can't wait to see what you do with it then. Speaking of which, how is everyone's KFC coming along? Music went a bit quiet for everyone. There we go. Oh, it's all done and posted, is it? I'm trying not to look, because I want to have a look the night before and make my decision like that when everyone's posted. So I get to see everyone's work at the same time, and that way there's no biases or whatever going on. But yeah, just remember you got until Thursday this week at 11:59 p.m. UK time to make the adjustments according to your local time zone. But yeah, can't wait to see what everyone's done. It'll be awesome. I'm actually going to try and get some painting done, but my goodness, is it sweaty right now? And there we go. I actually got some water in the wet palette now, but it's not enough yet. I'm just adding some more to it because you got to. And I use a pipette so I don't run the paint everywhere. But today we're gonna be looking at memes of the week. So if you got any memes on your phone, don't forget to pop them on Discord. And we're also going to discuss the idea of Gundam or Gunpla in 40k. Now I don't know how the retired as undefeated year one champ big flex. Yeah, let's go. um, thank you, Dave. As the internet police, please tell her I'll let you off with a warning this time. Oh, thanks, Kerry Commissar. I appreciate that. So I haven't actually had a look at the article, so I'm just gonna make some wild assumptions, like we like to do, right? So first of all, is it going to be Gundam in 40k, Gundam suits with 40k skins, or is it going to be set somewhere along the timeline? Sort of way before the Horus Heresy, in a time when technology was advancing. Like the golden age of technology. When they were sort of going a bit crazy with AI and that. What could it be? Well, thank you very much for the redeem. I appreciate that. Tim the Sorcerer, the third. I'm good, thank you very much. How are you? Have you had a good weekend? And are you doing all right in this weather? Oh, O'Malley's just thrown down a lurk. Thank you very much, O'Malley the alley cat. I appreciate that. Aren't I basically 40k Gundam? Yeah, but far less articulated. So it could be a case that it won't be actual Gundam suits. It might be the technology put into 40k miniatures so that they are more posable and stuff like that, which would be interesting, wouldn't it? Had a good weekend. Don't do heat. And winter, man. Yes, winter makes more sense, right? Because it's easier to warm yourself up than it is to cool yourself off. Makes sense, doesn't it? Gundam for Tau. Maybe. It's interesting. Like I said, I haven't looked at the at any articles about it whatsoever, so I am literally chatting shit about it. But ain't it great to speculate? And then we can have a look at the article and see if it mentions anything. That's what you say as well. Yeah, it just makes sense, right? I mean, anyone who's like summer, like, come on now, you don't need the sun to be happy all the time. It helps. It helps with the endorphins and all that, but still. You just need enough sun for enough vitamin D to get you ticking over, and that's it. You know what I mean? And maybe Gundam for the new squats. Ooh. Well, that'd be interesting. Can give a wank in a hailstorm about Gundam. I'm not some weebo wanking over katanas and waffy pillows. There we go. I can always count on Bill to cut through the shit. I missed the start. What's this about Gundam in 40k? So there is an article. I haven't checked it, but apparently there might be a crossover between Gundam and 40k. So, but I mean, we're just making wild speculations before we actually have a look. That's extreme. Trust me, that is Waylander using 5% of his extremeness. Like he held back. Just to keep it a family show. Ah dear. Right, I'm going to scoff some more M&Ms. Right, so have a look.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Have a look. Let's put it as collaboration then, not in it. Well, I'm not looking at that because that's April 1st of this year, so yeah, it says it. I don't want to watch someone else's video. I don't know. I don't seem to find the without going on TikTok.
Probably. Yeah, it could be just crossover stuff. It's just Mortar Stripes Dragon Fedora neckbeards. Why the hate, mate? Why the hate? So, I still can't find. Yeah, I can't find the article on it. Maybe someone knows the link for it, but I just don't see it. I just don't see it. My Google foo has failed me. Why are you hating on it so much? Yeah, it's you know what? Well, that was a load of wank. So yeah, apparently there's there's nothing on it. Wow, amazing. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because I was putting Gundam instead of Gunpla.
Yeah, still nothing. Okay, I'm just giving up on that then. So maybe it was
maybe it was false. I don't know. But let's just speculate. Would you prefer the Gundam technology put into those larger kits? You know, like the Knights and the Titans, for the posability and stuff. Or would you like, 40k skins essentially for Gundam as like a one-off special edition sort of thing? Yeah, that's the real question right there, isn't it? Who actually wants it? I don't know. I'm still kicking myself that I missed out on the free one at UK Games Expo. Walked right past it. Nope. Fair enough. Future Gothic aesthetic. Fair enough. It's all about the almost forwards but completely backwards sort of feel of it, isn't it? Like the technology is there from a once hopeful race, and then it's just been left to degrade and rot and never to be improved and slide backwards. Already doing it. I'm 3D printing most of my vehicles I designed don't need glue. Ah, wait. Do you use the what's it called? Not like a resin printer, but do you use the other printer? Can't remember what it's bloody called, but it's like a big old frame and you like that. FDM. There we go. Sorry, I had FEP stuck in my head because you know that's the film for the resin printer. I just couldn't budge that out of my brain. Yeah, so yeah, no, it's possible with that because the way it prints it's very clever. So you can just literally straight off the build plate have something that's workable and movable. I like that. It's quite FRP, FEP, RESPECT, or YMCA, HTTPS, YTT. Hey Kev, STFU. Anyways, so moving on from that, then, shall we actually do some hobby then? So the kids are still awake. If you hear them in the background, just ignore it. It's because it's really warm, and there's not much breeze at the moment, which for our flat, which is made to keep warm, even though it's got plenty of ventilation, if there's no air movement, nothing, it doesn't really help. And I've got that balcony door open, I've got the balcony door in the front room open, all the doors are open, all the windows are open, and there's hardly a gnat's fart of wind passing through. So yeah, let's get on it, shall we? Actually, all right, yeah, let's just get to it. So, what am I working on? Well, oh, you're gonna love this. I changed the camera again. I move things about all the time. It's technical talk, yeah. Ooh, look at that! That looks better, doesn't it? I remembered that it is possible to actually rotate the bloody. I can actually rotate this. All these years, I completely forgot I could rotate it. I could have saved myself so much hassle over the years. You know how much I was kicking myself when I saw the little bit that you can grab, and I was like, bruh, that. So even though it's sideways, I don't have to flip it or turn it or anything like that. So kicking myself. Also, I've rearranged everything in the cabinet now, so can't really see it, but
super zoom, and like that's in the way, but that's okay. You don't need to really see my face that much. The only reason I'm so high in the camera now and I actually look bigger than I normally is because look, I've I had to move the bar where the this little grabber is, and I've got it resting on the top of the shelf here instead of on the post over here because I kept knocking it and it was wobbling and it was getting in my face and everything. So yeah, there's a reason for everything. Right, let's see if autofocus will do its job. There we go. So I found these two in the box, and as I decreed before, I'm going to turn all of my Primera Space Marines into Silver Templars, and I'm going to keep all the Firstborn and older miniatures as Ultramarines. So these are two very easy fixes because it is literally just the left shoulder pad that I need to paint, and that's that. Come here, you. There we go. Ah, yeah. See, so all I have to do is paint the shoulders. Easy peasy, huh? All right. So I was a bit actually. Looking at this, I'm thinking maybe I should have just kept that one black, but I won't. I'm gonna actually change that one. So yeah, what are you lot working on at the moment? What are you doing? What's going on? Let me know in the chat. And we'll see if we can get something painted up. And then let's say in about half hour we'll do the memes of the week and have a little bit of a laugh. While we chill out as much as we can. Borak, how's it going? Hope you're well. What you been up to? That's bad. Yeah, we're all good, man. All good. Yeah, that's the tricky thing, isn't it? Right now, it is warm, and it wouldn't be so bad if there was a breeze, right? Like, fuck, is there a breeze? There's absolutely no movement of air right now. Mixy. There we go. You know, I'm gonna open that door a bit more. It's sort of open about that much because I don't want all the flies to come in, but now because of the time of night or evening, it's less about the flies and more about the moths. So I don't mind the moths so much. There we go. So weird having the camera so low. Alright, so let's get these bad boys painted up, man. Head to the ranks. I've been inspired lately. So on Thursday we had a fantastic meeting.
Daddy,
Yeah.
where's the charger?
I don't know. Where did you put the charger?
I don't know.
Well, then you better go find it, innit?
No, but I don't know where it is.
Well, I don't know where it is. Also, you shouldn't need a charger right now. You should be trying to go to sleep.
Mummy said.
Don't turn my chair.
Mummy said I can stay up a little bit. Oh,
It's getting very late.
I'm just gonna find it.
Sounds like a chipmunk, doesn't he? That boy can scream. Anyways, as I was saying, we had a fantastic trip on Thursday. So, picked Bunker up, went up to Lenton in Nottingham, met a bunch of pretty cool and interesting folk. Wished Underhive Hero a happy birthday. Caught the end of the England match at the local Hooters. Had the best chicken wings in my life. And then, oh yeah, and also I won 2 out of 2 games of 40k, which were my only games of this year. So I am an undefeated champion, and I can retire right now. 100% win streak, undefeated. It's amazing. But I can't. I've already agreed to a tournament in August, so I've got to get my myself into gear. But no, it was really nice. It was nice to see everyone in real life. Yeah, if you could find it. I think it's by the door. This door. But yeah. I'll tell you what. No. Oh, thank you so much for dropping the bits. How you doing, Scott? Hope you're well. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. Chris's crew looked great. They really did. And those nasty old big old beasts, rampagers or something like that, when they get you in combat, man, do they wreck. But luckily I managed to hold them off enough. The Judicia, however you want to say it, I swapped him into the playlist over one of my characters because it just made sense. To have something that could hit back rather than like a point scoring thing, because we went for total face smash mode rather than objectives or anything like that. And yeah, and it went really, really well. Like it was close for 3 turns. For 3 turns, it was close. We were neck and neck. He was really taking my chaps to town. And then once those nasty dudes in combat were taken care of, the rest of his just sort of crumbled. Yeah, but no, it was fun. It was interesting, and then I got to play against Underhive, which was fun as well. And I chose a tactic with this one. Instead of spreading out like I did with the crew, I hid everything behind one building, Now I called it a V for victory because they were in a shape like a wedge shape, so they were out of all lines of sight. But I kept being told it was the V of cowardice. It's like that don't even make sense. V for victory sounds better. And I'll tell you what, the tactic worked. The tactic worked because it meant my troops didn't get shot at for the first 2 turns, and then when they came out around the corner, guns blazing and charging and everything, they did alright. But his Redemptor Dreadnought really did take its toll on my Terminators, who failed their charge when they came in. And he like shot half of them off the board. I was very upset, but it was good fun though. Managed to claw it back and ended up getting another win, which was good fun. How's it going, Void? Just budding, how you doing? Hope you're well. Welcome in. You played like a true Marine, castled like a coward. Get out of it. It worked, okay? You're just salty, mate. And it weren't from all those chicken wings either. Oh, the Eradicators, yeah, were tearing my aggressors to shreds, which was fun. But it meant that the captain survived. Because my suppressors came up behind you and started taking out your support troops. Very underrated, I think, the suppressors are. Well, I don't get to play much, but recently I did get a couple of games of 40k. I played Silver Templars, which are an Ultramarine successor chapter. I've got Necrons. I've been collecting them for like over 20 years. That's basically my 40k stuff. And that'll get me started on the other systems. Too many to talk about. What do you play yourself? There we go. To be fair, a few of the pictures could have been captioned, "Do not let these people babysit your kids." Our duties in Liverpudlian dialect, exactly. But no, you know what? I wish I got more pictures. But I was just a bit overwhelmed by the whole meeting. So yeah, I wish we did a proper group picture before some people left, because I believe a few people were there earlier, and then they left early. So never got to get the pictures with them. To the end, I killed him. Oh, you did you? Got into Warhammer recently, but I can't find anyone to play with. But I also enjoy D&D and MTG from similar game. Ah, okay. Yeah, Magic the Gathering is it's an interesting game, isn't it? It's definitely survived, and now it's really sort of flourishing with the collaborations that it's doing, crossovers. Um, but it's always been a strong game. It's just it is unfortunately part of it being a strong game and surviving so long has been because of how bloody expensive it is. You think a card game can't be that expensive, and then you're like, well, you know, yeah, I mean, sure, sure. But what shithole do you live in? We might know someone there. That's not a dig at anyone in the chat right now, by the way. Just, you know, we come from all walks of life, so you never know. Move fast then. It's not always an option for people, mate. All right, well, pick a side, man. Pick a side. Does that mean you know? Do you just know Polish and I assume English? Because you're talking to me in English. Or do you know a little bit of German and a little bit of Slovak? I think that's how you refer to the Slovakian language. Because I assume the Czechs speak Slovakian because of the proximity and history, the very shared history. Yeah, you know what? There's lots to enjoy in regards to the law. You know, it's always evolving, so you always got something to enjoy, and there's some fantastic stories out there. So if you just enjoy the hobby, then that's fine. Like, get creative, chill, relax. Basically, what we do. Like I said, I don't normally get to play any games. It was a one-off occasion where we were doing a bit of a meet-up, and you know, because it was somebody's birthday, and it kind of exploded into an event type thing. There you go, Way and Oh, it is its own language. Okay. And you learn Spanish as well. Fucking hell. It is something that I I've said plenty of times before is how I am envious of um, the ability of other people to learn multiple languages. Um, and I think English being an international language has helped encourage many people around the world to learn more than just their native and English, but also maybe a third and fourth language. Because learning multiple languages, it wires your brain differently. Now, the problem with us over here is because our language is international. It's in the all the songs, the media, the movies, and all that. We're very lazy when it comes to learning multiple languages. So that's not to say there aren't people who learn multiple languages or grow up with second languages because of family and that. It's just as a whole, as a nation, we are very lazy when it comes to it. So even though we at school we learn French, and then if you're good enough at learning French, you get the chance to learn German, or some schools will let you learn Spanish for your higher level education. We'll forget in 5 minutes. We don't need to use it because everyone will just speak English to us anyway. So it's it's a double-edged sword. You can always find someone in the world that can speak English, but it's much harder to find an Englishman who will speak that language. You know. Um, Fluently only English and Polish. I mean, that's fine. That's fine, isn't it? Poland's a big country, so you know, it's fine. Um, Most English people only speak English, and quite a few can't even do that very well. Yes, that's true. That is very true. I think that's the same with any country. You get regional dialects or regional twists on the native language, the official national language, and it'll be different ways of saying it, shortcuts, um, you know, slang, that sort of thing. I think that's just a normal thing that occurs, but there's an awful lot of people who can't even speak English who are English. Most what was it? You should learn Japanese for all that Gundam stuff you love. Yeah, he definitely Google translated that. Uh, so there we go. I think this should be the final layer. Neighbors being noisy now. Regular viewers of the show will know that I got the way my building is arranged is in a U shape, and all of the flats have balconies facing outwards except that side. And I've got two neighbours on the top floor and the first floor whose balconies are right there, and the balconies lead on to their living room, kitchen areas, right? So when they got music or TV playing, it plays out, it echoes around the common area outside. Very annoying because especially that family there, they're quite nocturnal. Um, I think most of it is because of religious reasons. You know, they celebrate Eid and stuff like that. So being up late is quite a normal part of their culture, which is fine. But I wish they would just be a bit more considerate about how noisy they are when it's late and it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and you can fucking hear the kid awake watching Cocomelon. Done with that shit. I want to be able to sleep because my bedroom's right here, hearing all of it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where they're not very self-aware. Oh, you didn't. Great. All my neighbors are going to hear me now. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. What's Cocomelon? Is it good? Cocomelon is a kids thing. It's a series of sing songs and that sort of thing. All sort of computer animated. And it's basically knockoffs of well-known nursery rhymes. Okay, let's see, what is he? Let's pause this. So, Boy Captain Bazooka has just claimed his watch minutes, which means that he can get me to sing part of a song. Of course, he chose this one. Of course, he chose this one. You sod. but not the original though. I can't bang on the wall because their wall is not adjacent to mine. Like they're over the corner. There is a lobby and a stairwell between me and them. I have many a time said very loudly when it's gotten late, you know, my opinion, and then slam the windows. And like magically a minute later, it'll be quieter. Find the original if you like. Yes, it has to be the original. Uh, Hang on. I swear it wasn't the Vapors who sang it first, was it? All this time I thought it was someone else who sang it. Am I insane in thinking that someone else sung it before the Vapors did? They are the original. Fuck. Shit, man. Okay, fair enough. Then I just got confused with the name. You know what I'm like with names. I'm fucking terrible. That's it. That's all you get. Your boy when it was released. We know you're getting on, dude. But seriously. uh, best pop song about. Kind of reminds me of Jack Black singing for some reason. I mean, sometimes I might assimilate some of the characteristics, I guess. All we get for now. Yeah, that's it. You already get half a song. Play Chinese Girls by Monty Python and Finland by Monty Python. Oh my god. Jack Black would have been in middle school when this came out. Damn. You old dude. Arigato, Kevin-san. Ah, there you go. Wow, that was fun. Alright, that's that done. I'm sure someone else has got points to claim. They're just biding their time. Yep, sods. Also, thanks for the sub. I believe that was over on YouTube. Comes up at the bottom of the screen. That's how few and far in between those subs are. You know, I still haven't peer up. You were 12. Okay. You were -2. I was -8. Right. So. Okay. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna paint some black. Get some coal black. And we're just gonna do this and you know. Ah dear. That dude is the best. Bob Ross and it. I like the fact that you can actually watch Bob Ross reruns on Twitch now. Like, just that's the best. That's the best. You were 5, Tim. Shocking. So now I've got 2 neighbours competing. My God. Bash your brush against the pole. Exactly. Like, why do you need to play such loud music at this time of night? You know what I mean? Don't be afraid now. It's fine because they're probably hearing me quite loudly as well. So that's fine. That's okay. I'll just sing and piss them off. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. They're all standing in a row. Big ones, small ones, some the size of your head. You give 'em a twist, a flick of the wrist, that's what the showman said. Oh, Bill's got one. Go around there with the boys, but all right, let's see. What has he chosen? Finally got some painting done as well. I think after this song we will do memes of the week. So hop over to the Discord if you got any hobby memes or regular memes, whatever. Kula Shaka from Hush. Oh, Hush from Kula Shaka. Let's get the lyric version then. So I could sing along. Oh, excuse me. We'll bastard. Oh, the lyrics are there. Okay. Extended version there. You're welcome. uh You can whisper a link to. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, you're being secretive, are you? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. That's it. That's all you bloody get. And I think we should get our little memes of the week ready, shouldn't you think? I think so. I got no round of applause or anything in the chat. That's just. Was it so bad? At least the neighbours are quieter now. Thanks, also. Ah, dear. They'll probably turn their music down to hear my angelic singing. Ah, dear. All right, so I guess that's where we're going to start. All right, so let's hop over to memes of the week. Memes of the week, memes of the week, memes of the week. Ah, fuck. Here we are. Let's just do that. It's just so much neater. There we go. Ah, look at that, beautiful. Do a little bit of that spring cleaning, you know what I mean? All right, so welcome to Memes of the Week, where we get to look at all the memes you've been shit posting on our Discord, whether it be hobby memes or just regular memes, whatever it is. We can have a look, have a laugh, and just chill out for a bit. Suspend reality for a moment while we enjoy nonsensical jokes about random shit. What else to say? All right, so let's have a look here then. What's this? I've got way too many things running at the moment. Let's drop that. There we go.
British accent.
Okay, let's just pause that for a second. Okay. Normally you can wind back.
In at number one, the sexiest one of them all, we have the British accent.
I really should have paused the music for that.
Number one, the sexiest one of them all, we have the British accent.
Ah, there you go.
In at number one, the
Yes, that is the sexiest accent. No worries. You have fun. Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you. You have a good night. Bye bye, Tim. Alright, what else we got? What's this? 40k and pizza, Ultramarines, Codex compliant mozzarella. Space Wolves, meat pizza with extra meat. Salamanders, extra spicy. Grey Knights, redacted. Corn Berserker, blood and skulls and corn. You see little bits of corn in there. Nice. Noise Marines, strawberry and chocolate. It's actually quite nice. Plague Marines, pineapple. Why? Pineapple and pizza's good. And then Rubric Marine, just the box. Oh, shame. Before non oil, Afternoon oil. It makes everything better, doesn't it? You would never touch Hawaiian. Man, it's the best. Give it a little bit of meatiness, but then you get the sweet. It's the sweet and savoury, you know? And anyone who says fruit shouldn't be on a pizza, like pretty much every pizza's got fruit in it. Tomato, fruit. Peppers, fruit. Enough said. If you have any of those on your pizza, you got fruit on it. Let's see. Kills aliens to get his horrible father's attention. Badass robot weapons. Pigeonholed into a job he hates by a system that doesn't care as long as he does the thing. Feels entitled to love and praise, to egocentric to extend the same necessity to people around him. Works for a death cult led by megalomaniacs meant to save humanity through transcendence. He has a rivalry with someone of similar skills. Eventually grows the fuck up. I don't even know what show this is referencing. Oh, you're a Death Guard player, are you? Maybe like a slot. You know what? I think Death Guard it would be like anchovies, right? With extra anchovies. No, scrap that. And a plague marine on his pizza would have pickled herring. No one needs shelves of RPG books they haven't or no longer play. Schlap. That's blasphemy. Plasma weapons, totally worth it. It is an oldie and it is a goodie. Yeah, I agree with you. Just love the shield your face. Peter Turbo is the whiniest bitch in the group of white. Yeah, he is. Yeah. It would be. It'd be walking away, that pizza. When Andy comes back from the shop with new toys. Oh, there you go. Look. No good demons. Gunner, I see the. Gunner, do you see that army? Yes, my lord. I don't want to. Understood, my lord. That is a big fucking rocket, isn't it? But that's a one and done tank. You know, I would rather be in one of those tanks because you just land, you get off the ship, you aim, you shoot your rocket, and then you fuck off back home. You got a call from Gav. Should have told Gav to naff off. I sang turning Japanese and also sang hush. And now we're doing memes. Alright, let's have a look at regular memes. Okay, let's scroll all the way up to the very handy bookmark that Bill puts. Oh my god, this just goes on. Okay. That almost got me as well. Seriously. That's crazy. Just that in first glance, right? You're going to have to rewatch the show now. But who else thought that was just a messed up situation, right? Has Dal been injured in an accident at work? Idiocracy 2006 to 2012, 2018, 2024. I still like the Croc story. I like the fact that they were looking for footwear that would be so ridiculous and outrageous that no one would wear it in the future, right? Because they wanted shoes that weren't going to be popular by the time the movie was released. And they ended up choosing Crocs, which by the movie release started taking off. And then the movie just made them even more popular. And people still going crazy over them. They're the worst looking things in the world, right? Pretty fly for a white guy. Hey. That's the most messed up movie I've ever seen, I'll tell you. Learn how to grow vegetables instead of electing them. Wow. Okay. Is this the real life? Is it just fantasy? Oh, but a couple of years ago, I got challenged to uh, sculpt in green stuff some Crocs onto a flayed one from the Necrons, and I did it. I did it Crocs with socks. I did like what was it? Like proper gym socks, like the red lines on white socks and green Crocs, and then someone else then made a croc out of green stuff that was even better. But I like to think I inspired them. I have got your tiny croc. It's tucked away safely. uh, on the left is a ratchet. The right, oh, that's an assault ratchet. Yeah. No, that's more like my language. Mad the way kids go to school carrying knives and that now. I want to get back to the good old days and just ping these off people's heads. They were brutal, mate. Absolutely brutal. And then when they ran out, they just come up to you with the elastic and start whipping you with it. Brutal. I like that. But how did the fish get a helium balloon underwater in the first place? Yeah, that's my takeaway from that. And this was an old one. Connections. Yeah, connections. I know a guy. Imagine it turned out Banksy was actually Neil Buchanan who heart attack. That would have been great, right? Me playing Call of Duty, wondering why there's no sound. My grandfather with his new Bluetooth hearing aid. Oh shit. Stop telling the dog off for sneezing. She thinks he's vomiting, but that's not the sound he makes when he vomits. You carry on sneezing, Bendy. I'm talking to the dog, by the way, not one of the children. Could you imagine calling one of your kids Bendy? Nah, no thanks. Beautiful Latina girlfriend. Life is hard, mum's sickness is back again, and my boss doesn't see me as a person. I'm worked to the bone, just perpetually tired. And all for what? Just some big fucking facade. Me, rubbing her back. Ay caramba. I feel like I'm missing some context there. Oh my god. European style swords is clearly superior, you damn weeb. Babaka! My katana is folded 8 million billion times and can cut through anything. Haha, pokey stick. Every goddamn time. Just get the pokey stick out. That's it. Done. Oh no. Oh, come on, man. That still hits in the feels now as an adult. Jeez. Every man should have a good pokey stick, that's true. My nuts in the heat right now. Is that Tweety bird plucked? Wow. Yeah. I'll see your live, laugh, love sign and raise you and ew people. Dog toys. Look, it squeaks. Cat toys. Come, child. It is time to do drugs. Meow. Every time I see someone wearing Apple earpods. Ah. Oh, that's... Come on, man. Colton got the last laugh. Oh, that's dread. It's the days when your mum told you how many biscuits you were allowed at one time, because now I just eat the whole fucking packet. I mean, I don't do that. I actually do limit myself. Like, what I do is instead of having the pack with me, I'll put some on a dish, put the pack away, and walk away with the dish with the few biscuits on it. That's how you stop yourself. Very simple. Who loves orange soda? No idea, lad. We didn't have Sky. Is that his attempt to try and connect with the common man? Oh my god. Most people didn't have Sky. But we all somehow knew someone who did. Or it was telly something, wasn't it? Telenet or some shit like that, and then it got bought out by something else or other. That's some fucked up stuff, man. Worst burlesque ever. Nice. I'm gonna be sick. Dude, it's ketchup, I swear. Hey, it really is ketchup. Told you an hour earlier. That's dark. Yeah, it was a joke. I get that it was a joke, man. Move over. When you go to Asda with your wife and she bumps into a friend and starts chatting in the aisle. My friend Caroline worked in the local VHS hire shop. Didn't need Sky. Nice. Always nice to have a friend. No. Where's his glasses? He can't see without his glasses. Wrong. He can't see because he's dead. Mythbusters. That's so That's some dark shit. Oh my god. That was a fucking heart wrenching movie when you were a kid, seeing that shit, man. Ah dear. Most people could care less that people. God, what? What? Oh, I'm not saying that. Most people couldn't care less that people say, irregardless. Oh, this misuse should have been nipped in the butt. Nipped in the bud long ago. Maybe they're just scapegoats. Oh my god. You know, I'm going to read it how it's written, and then you lot can just cringe, because this is sick. Yeah, okay, I got it, Bill. Most people could care less that people say irregardless. This misuse should have been nipped in the butt long ago. Maybe they are just the scapegoats for the broader problems of the decline of education. But even though I have been biting my time here, cringing at the next faux pas while they get off scotch-free, it's truly a mute point these days. Face it, it's a dog-eat-dog world. I think I'll just curl up in a feeble position, etc. Oh, I want to vomit. It's horrible. Oh, this one's come back. Captain! Captain, my man, the bug are here. We could die! I came across a little bit Korean then. I don't know. Oh, apologies. You really got to get into the character, ain't you? Hey! 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 Oh, okay. Pride Month. October. I tell you what. You know what? I had a friend actually ask me, why the fuck has this hot turf thing been so big this month? Like, what's the big deal? And I was just like, you know how women make so much fuss all the time in every part of media, as often as they can, they go on about where the clit is, right? This is like that, but for men, right? this is where the clit is sort of campaign, you know what I mean? That's why it's everywhere. So there you go. Plus it's funny. It is funny. Pride Month. Spit on that thing. Yeah. Rest here, weary traveller. You've seen too many Hawkta memes these days. It is ridiculous. You know that girl, she actually got on board and started doing merch and everything. Yeah, as soon as it started taking off, she's got merch and everything, man. She's making bank from it. And I say, you know what, go for it. Go for it. Just make what money you can from it. The new season of Top Gear is insane. Holy shit, they're in the same car. What the fuck? Holy shit. Probably feels like he's been sent to the future, doesn't he? Blimey. Alright. Let's go. Bye, sweetie. Bye, honey. Bye, girls. That bitch. She's such a slut. Die ho-ho. See ya, faggot. See ya, fuckers. He's a cool guy. Yeah, he really is. That's exactly how us guys are. Exactly. Now you know who Stick is? Gave him the car and he drove it. Wow. I'm pretty sure he has like regular visits outside of his country. You know, something that the population of his country cannot do. So yeah, I don't think he's too out the loop because he gets to block everything, doesn't he? And then pump everyone's ears full of, I invented this, I am your god. Always good advice. So I started a swear jar yesterday. Nice. They're memes balls. After you post them, they belong to the world. That's what meme originally meant. But just in case, use these. Jeez. Is this going to be like a long one? Because we don't like reading. We like pictures instead. Your receipt from the Thieves Guild. You're carrying professional meme real characters. This is to inform you that one or more of your memes was of sufficient quality to warrant appropriation by the Ankh-Morpok Thieves Guild. Post and Memes Division. License thief number. Oh, man. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? Ridiculous. Notice of meme acquisition, I should say. The purpose of this notice is to inform you that the meme you have posted has been saved to the mobile device of the persons posting this notice. No further action is required. I would like to bring your attention to something. Actually. I'll just play this for you, shall I? Because I think you need to be reminded. You wouldn't steal a car. You wouldn't steal a handbag. You wouldn't steal a television. You wouldn't steal a movie. Downloading pirated memes is stealing. You would, yeah, you would. LimeWire for the win. Yeah, let's go. Man, how many viruses did you get? How many viruses did you get for your 30-second porno? That took 12 hours to download. Yeah, the music was pirated as well, yeah. Such it's funny as hell, right? You gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. What was he referring to? Oh, okay. Oh, look at us. We're a normal country.
We're a normal country. We sell cars. Can't fucking drive them though. British countryside. Sometimes you can sit here for hours and look at it. Also, sometimes you.
I miss this guy.
You know what they say about people who live life in the fast lane, don't you? They do not live in fucking England. Oh, there's no traffic. The light's green. But hold on.
South Rice, look that.
Come on, go! It's a good joke. What's worse than being stuck behind a learner driver? Being stuck behind two of the selfish pricks. Do you want to live in London? Do you want to live life in the fast lane? Good fucking luck finding it! They say if you look at something for long enough, you'll start to love it. Well, I'll be shoving my cock in a fucking brake light sandwich. Why the fuck do they call it a rush hour? Slow down, everyone. Calm down. It's not a race. Stop rushing. Americans drive on that side of the road. But in England, on this side of the road, you sit here and do fucking nothing. Got another joke. What have British people in a statue got in common? We literally never fucking move.
Yeah, that dude ended up getting fired from his job, didn't he? Because of those. Shame. I think the universe is trying to tell you something. Nobody loves you. that is dark. Okay. Me saying anything, internet, actually. True. That is very true, isn't it? That's why I don't care. I chat shit on it all the time, and it's fine. It's my channel. I don't give a shit. There we go. So that ends the memes of the week. Hooray! That was a good one this week. Full of some oldies and some newies and all the other cool stuff in between, which is always fun. There. If you want to help us build a nice portfolio of memes, then don't forget to hop over to our Discord. It's completely free to do so, and we've got a nice little community going on in there. And if you ever need help with anything, whether it's the hobby itself, whether it's with, you know, the gaming, painting, building, whatever, we've got people who've been doing this for umpteen amounts of years from all different industries. We got people who are good at just having a chit chat if you're feeling a bit shitty, not on your best game, you just want to chin wag. We got a little voice chat on there as well if you want to just do a little hangout on hobby. So, you know, and then of course our world famous lawn mowing channel where you can post pictures of your lawn. So there you go. Right, let's get some painting done, shall we? Nom, 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 nom. Oh, what an absolute wanker. Too late now. We'll have to roll them over to next week, mate. Nice. Okay. So, what is everyone doing this week? I'll be doing my usual homeschooling shenanigans, and then we're changing up on the other half of the business. So we've decided we're gonna just give up on trying to sell clothes because it is the biggest drain of time and energy for the smallest return. So we're gonna focus on the cosmetics and toys. It's less space taken up, and it's easier to put away as well. You don't have to worry about whether or not you gotta recondition the items, because if it's damaged, you just send it back. Where with the clothing, you kind of had to wash it if it needed washing, fix it if it needed fixing. Absolute bloody pain. Dealing with the heat, yeah. I mean, I haven't looked at the weather forecast. How's the rest of the week looking? You have to wait. Ah, what? You didn't have enough points. Painting minis, and I'll do some running probably. Ooh, running. Who's chasing you? Cooling down. What temperature was it today? I didn't even check. All I know is that it was just hot. Wow. Do you think that's as warm as it's going to get, or do you think it's going to get warmer later on this year? The loyalists. The loyalists are chasing after you, are they? Those bastards. Well, it's good that you're getting some exercise. Because, if you're sitting at a desk a lot, you're not moving as much as your body was intended to. So you got to make up the shortfall somehow. I know there's people out there who can't run, and that's okay. You could go for brisk walks, or just swing your arms around if the use of your legs isn't an option. No idea these days. Well, I mean, to be honest, I think the weather's always been reasonably unpredictable. And this year, the solar activity has really kicked up a notch. I mean, how many times were you able to see the the Northern Lights as far south as London this year. Yeah, a couple of times now. So, you know, anyone who says that the change in our climate isn't because of outside factors as well as human activity, and it's just solely because of human activity, are absolute fucking idiots. Because humans ain't been around for the entire lifetime of this planet, and this planet's gone through many different cycles. And if someone wants to shout at me, follow the science, then cool, we'll follow the science on that. Just our activity is aggravating a process which is naturally occurring anyway. Well, did I see a pigeon cat fire as it took off today? Probably not. Papa Noggle requires sacrifices. Indeed, indeed. I'm sure he'll replace your back with a tentacle or something. Yes, cycles. Yeah, eats up and cools down. Exactly. See, even a uneducated northern sloth like yourself understands that. Have you really, dude? It's also pushing the process to the extremes. It heats up like twice as much as it should with the cycle. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, every time the Earth is heated up or cooled down, it hasn't, like, each process hasn't been exactly the same. Right? From what they can tell, each process has sort of happened in a periodic sense, but there's no symmetry to it, you know? So it will heat up a little faster or a little slower at some points, and it will cool off a little faster or a little slower at some points. And that is largely affected by positions of our neighboring celestial bodies. It's affected by the cycles of the sun as it's matured. It's affected by the fauna that have made this rock their home over millions of years. So, you know, there's so many different variables. I mean, a random collision with something can set off a process or slow down a process. And of course, you know, like with every collision, new material gets deposited on the planet, which changes the composition of the planet over millions of years if it happens often enough. I mean, there was a recent study done that one of our neighbors, one of the neighboring star systems, which are still in their planetary disk phase. You know, like it's still birthing planets. They're still being created. They're still colliding and gathering mass. And because of the angle of the orbit, it actually spews constantly. It spews dust towards our solar system, and they've traced the particles to Earth. So, you know, we are always receiving more material on this planet constantly. There's stuff always coming towards us, always falling on us. And like I said, over millions of years, it can have an effect. It can change the atmosphere composition, or it can change what material gets blown around, or is in the soil, in the seas. So, you know, that's just one little thing that over time can have a build-up effect. Now, if you throw in all the other things that I mentioned, you kind of get a whole list of things which accelerate and decelerate the cycles that this planet goes through. So, yeah, it's a very comprehensive thing. It's a very difficult thing to put your finger on. You can always say there is a correlation between human activity and some sort of accelerating process, but how far it will go is anyone's game, anyone's guess. So yeah, it's just one of those things where it's sort of being on the safer side rather than tempting fate. But you don't want to bankrupt countries and economies to do it. There's got to be a sensible way of doing it, you know? You have a good night, Justin. Hope you have a good night, man. Just budding, I should say. Thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate it. With these takes on climate change and a few other things, I'm worried you don't get enough ventilation with that Prince of Red. Right. So, it's not a hot take. Okay. Climate change is a thing. That's indisputable, because the climate is never stable on this planet for long periods of time. And we're not talking about long periods of time, you know, in respect to human life, but across the life of the planet. But what I think gets conflated is a lot of people say how it is solely human beings and our activity which is having this effect. But to be honest, there's so many different things that have their own nudges on it, and it's not really a hot take to say that. Human activity does have an effect on climate change that could be observed through the Industrial Revolution, when we started using more fossil fuels. And then, you know, you can see there is a correlation in some changes in the weather cycles and that. But I still think there are other factors which do not help because they add to that problem, you know. So we're just exaggerating a process which already exists. I'm not defending it against bants. I'm just saying. Just saying, man. My shirt shouldn't say Marvel. It should say just saying. But think about it, right? Because we're still coming out of an ice age, right? We still have polar ice caps, which means we're still thawing out of an ice age. So when I like to think of it this way, when you defrost something, right? It's quite slow to get started, yeah, because laws of thermodynamics means that the more of something that needs to absorb heat in order to reach the ambient temperature of the environment it's in, the longer it's going to take to reach there. But as the outer edges of the food start to defrost and warm up, there's less and less of that mass that needs defrosting, and it sort of speeds up and it speeds up and it speeds up, and the amount of mass that defrosts, say per minute, will increase over that time. So it's not a big leap to think it's the same thing with the continental ice caps, you know, like the huge fucking ice age that we had. Chicken, yeah. I think you read a while ago the Earth is technically still in the last ice age. Yeah, it is, because there's still ice on the poles, so technically we're still coming out of it. When the ice cap stopped melting and receding, and that will be when we've reached the end of that ice age, essentially. And who knows what the planet's going to look like then. There's also, interestingly, put in the sink in a dish with some water. No, don't do that. The big con with it is making us recycle everything while megacorps piss pollution all over the fucking place at levels unimaginable. That is true. Also, saying we're going to hit net zero by such and such year, while we are literally just exporting all our emissions, right? So all the industries that used to generate a lot of CO2 emissions are diminishing in this country because we're outsourcing it to other countries, and they're going, oh, they're not doing their part to reach net zero, they're big polluters. We fucking outsourced it. You know, so really, we haven't done anything to help the climate whatsoever. We just made it look good for ourselves. But really, the steel is still being made, just somewhere else. The emissions are still there. Same with electric vehicles. Cool. The emissions are not coming from the vehicle themselves. But where the fuck is it getting charged? Because in this country, we don't have that much solar, wind, tidal, or nuclear power to sustain all the vehicles switching over to electric overnight. We rely, especially during the winter months, we rely heavily on fossil fuels. So, you know, to keep the power plants going, we use tons of gas, tons of coal and oil. It don't fucking matter. We just outsource the shit. It's so dumb. Did you see the southern coastal US states just voted against forcing companies to clean up after themselves? Ugh. That's just ridiculous. So who's going to clean up after them? You know? What they're worried about is they're worried about the businesses getting hit. Right? And that's going to affect the economy. But you know what else is going to affect the economy? The local environment, like shutting down from all the shit they're dumping. So they got to spend that money somehow. So whether or not it be through the corporations cleaning up after themselves or making the taxpayer clean up, which we all know is what they prefer, right? Everyone prefers the taxpayer picking up the bill. That's the idea. It's just an excuse for things like ULEZ, net zero is total balls. They'll never reach it. Just use scam. Yeah, it is. Or they'll just say, "Oh look, we reached it eventually," but they wouldn't have. But they've made a lot of money doing it. The Masked Geek, how you doing? Hope you're well. Also, the sun is expanding and Earth will travel out the Goldilocks zone eventually. Eventually. Talk about like a couple million years. But something else that affects us directly is our moon. It's slowly drifting further and further away, which has massive implications for the tidal forces that are exerted on our planet. Not just because of continental drift, but most notably our tides, our sea tides, right? So what will happen? I mean, again, millions of years, but eventually the moon is going to have less and less of a pull on the Earth. The tides are going to calm down considerably. That's going to affect a lot of natural cycles which happen both through weather and through, the wildlife, which of course we know the wildlife have a direct effect on the environment as well. And then the planetary drift as well, like the continental drift, sorry, that could be affected because you don't have the push pull as much, so that might slow down. Billion years, Kev. Billion. No, well, humans as we are, if we manage to survive and become an interstellar species, we won't be humans anymore. There's a limit to what our technology can do in order to aid our biology without changing our biology. But to survive the vastness of space and all of the variances of the planetary, of the planets that we could colonize, and living in space for prolonged periods of time, would be unrecognizable as humans. We'll go underground before we travel stars. Maybe. We'll have the magnetic pole shift first. think that's already happened. I think the magnetic pole shift already happened. If it was just really low key, which a lot of people weren't expecting. Also, I read. I didn't just read the study, but I also heard one of my favorite science commentators on YouTube, Anton Petrov, I believe his name is. He was going over the study of the fact that we have got the poles upside down, and that what we've been saying is the North Pole is actually the South Pole, and vice versa. And it's just simply because of the way we done our maps, and we were like, well, that's north, that's south, or whatever. We got it back to front. That's an interesting thing to think about, right? North is still north, is it? So maybe it hasn't happened yet. But the poles have been drifting for a long time. And that's been the magnetic poles, that is. It's been documented. Let's have a look. The magnetic poles have reversed 183 times in the last 83 million years, and at least several hundred times in the past 160 million years. Oof. So, when was the last time the Earth's magnetic field flipped? About 780,000 years ago. It's not instantaneous, it happens over a period of hundreds to thousands of years. Well, there we go. Look at that. Well overdue, yeah. And that'll be an interesting phenomenon to happen, wouldn't it? The sun flipped its poles in 2013. Ooh, look at that. So again, that affects the thing. Also, they've been finding more about the inner structure of the Earth's core as well, and they've found that it isn't nice and spherical at all, but it's actually really asymmetrical and bubbly and wonky and everything. And I think that might just be remnants of if you are familiar with the Theia theory of how, you know, Earth and Moon were created, where there were two similar sized bodies that smashed together, and then, you know, most of that coalesced into the Earth, but a lot of the debris that was orbiting it coalesced into the Moon, and that's how they sort of figured out that's the way it could be done. Well, I think that it never quite evened out internally, and it still bubbled and boiled and you know, went around itself rather than fusing into a single smooth core. That's just my theory, really. And also, interestingly, depending on where you are on the planet, will like, not just the elevation, but just wherever you are on the planet, the intensity of the magnetic field fluctuates hugely. Also, Yellowstone supervolcano is very overdue. Yeah, that's going to be a blast. When they do swap, it's meant to be like a EMP going off. Well, aren't you glad we're going all electric then? All you fuckers are going to be toast, just leaving us perpetuals. They'd be silly. They'd be silly. I know how to rub two sticks together. I mean, it won't do much. Yeah, I'll rub two sticks right now. So, do fuck all. I love these deep chats we get, it's good fun. Okay, whoops. Okay, so what I'm going to do is use this. And I'm going to cover up this ultramarine. Sorry, ultramarine. It was a nicely painted ultramarine. But I'm turning this apothecary into Silver Templar apothecary. Which is fine, the successor chapter, so it's okay. Oh, beautifully timed song, by the way. Oh, did you also see that Voyager 1, the one of two of the Voyagers, of course, because there are two. It is technically in interstellar space at the moment, and NASA thought, it was done because it was just sending ones. It wasn't sending like proper binary data. And they thought, okay, it's had it. And then the folks that worked on the Voyager project originally, they got together and they figured out a way of fixing it. And basically they shut down one of the redundant systems and bypassed it by putting in a cheat code essentially. And just like that, they managed to bypass the part that was going on it. Because you got to remember, right, the technology that they're using, the state of the art as it was, is so out, like, well off. Like, it can't save data, it can only send it sort of almost instantaneous now, because it just hasn't got anywhere to store it. The memory banks are gone completely. So they managed to fix it, and now it's still sending data back to us, which is amazing considering that wasn't supposed to be such a long project. It was only ever supposed to be a flyby, and now it's carrying on. Though I do believe that its power source will run out in about 10 years' time. So there's always that. But I mean, fascinating stuff, isn't it? Turn it off and on again. Yeah, basically. How long does it take to send a signal now? I think it takes 22 hours. So if you think about that, that's at, obviously the speed of light, because radio waves travel at the speed of light. 22 hours. Now, for light to reach us from the sun, it takes approximately 8 minutes, depending on, of course, how elliptical our orbit is, but on average, around 8 minutes. So that gives you a fairly good idea of how fucking far out that probe is right now. 22 hours to send a message out to it. Cat! How's it going? Yeah, all good, all good. I'm just touching up these two characters because I mean it's a real easy swap over from Ultramarine to Silver Templar. Just got to paint the shoulder. Just a bit tired. Went off to Cardiff today. Oh blimey! How was your visit to your folks? Ah, okay. Wait, so you went to Oxfordshire for a few days, and you headed off to Cardiff. What was that? Just a day trip to Cardiff? Bloody hell! It's a bit of a trek for a day trip, isn't it? To Cardiff. I won't even apologise to the Welsh folks out there who have to hear my terrible Welsh impersonation. Right, did I get it right? I did. Nice. Chris drove up from Devon. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's not that far. Oh, that's nice. You got to see him again. Did you get to hang out in your bedroom and listen to music while you cuddled? Like little lovesick teenagers. M5, M4, boom. That's literally how I finish with the wife. M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, boom! And Kiv's on the M6 toll road. Excuse me, I ain't paying nothing. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Just neaten up already. Keeps running away from the gold. Cool. There we go. So many miles to go. Do it in one go though. Just like store up on energy drinks. Have snacks at the ready. And that's it. Just let the tunes go. Put on an audiobook or something, maybe a podcast or two. If it's late enough, you could even have me on in the background, though I wouldn't advise it because I might actually make you fall asleep. Oh, nice. Was that your main reason for going to Cardiff then? Yeah, you basically have to go to Ben Nevis, don't you? You had two reasons. Yeah, I get it. I get ya. Hey man, when I was a teenager, I used to do a 3.5 hour bus journey, and it was multiple buses to go, see a certain someone. So, I know what that's like. Yeah, see, I remembered. Everyone thought I was taking a mick. I remembered. Middle child climbed it today just for shits and giggles. Let's go. It's not that hard. It's just a big hill, right? It literally is just a big hill. I mean, like, sure, if you measure Ben Nevis from the bottom to the top, okay, it might seem quite big. But then if you think about where you live, you're probably quite high up anyway. So you kind of got a foot up already. So you don't have that much higher to go. Is Ben Nevis named after anyone? No. I'll do it, yeah. Let's get my hiking legs back. They're a bit rusty at the moment. Okay, so your house is at 300 foot. What's the elevation of where I used to live? Elevation. High Wycombe. $165 AOD. It's AOD. Couple of streets. Sounds about right. Well, I should have gone for a local boy. Your wife lived 3 doors away. Look at that. Isn't that just adorable? Totally not creepy at all. Yeah, no, but it's saying like the extent of the valley sides is greater in the east, rising to 165 meters. So High Wycombe itself is at the bottom of the valley, in the flat bit in the middle, and it's surrounded by the Chilterns, which is, you know, a long chain of hills that goes from northwest all the way across north of London, or just outside of London rather. So yeah, where I used to live was in one of the higher peaks around the town centre. I used to walk up and down it every day with a buggy with 2 kids in it. Ben Nevis is no problem. Like I said, I just need to get my walking legs back. It no trouble at all. Alright, oh yeah, what am I going to use? Nastreg, that was it. I wonder if you... That's pretty on track for Wolf, actually. It's how he keeps his composure. Do, 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 do. Kev, did you feel like Conan pushing the wheel around while pushing the buggy uphill? Um, maybe. I had to think back for a second. It's tough going, pushing a buggy up such a steep incline. Because that's the problem is, it's not just that it's a high uphill. It is very steep. You really have to lean into it to walk up. So when you got a buggy, it's just like fuck. Yeah, see, cat knows. Finally getting some sympathy now. Crom. You know, I gotta watch Conan again. I feel like you're always watching these movies and shows, so like you're always keeping up with the reference to them, Void, but not me. Never lived anywhere flat when the kids were small. I mean, where I live now is relatively flat. We're sort of much further along the valley, so it's a little bit. Actually, it's not wider. Actually, further along the valley, it actually narrows up a bit. So where the town centre is, that's like the widest, flattest part of High Wycombe, and then it varies as you go along the valley. So if you drive along the A40 London Road towards London, you'll see the hills either side will come a bit closer, and then they'll go a bit out, and then they'll come a bit closer, and then they'll go out, and then it's a case of you have to go up and over the hills just to get out of the valley. Whether that's still beyond the A40 or going on to the M40. And I'm sort of there, but I'm on a little flat bit, just like between the A road and the M road, so it's alright. Yeah, it's nice. Used to have to hike to get the kids to school. Don't have to do that anymore. Just remember your favourite films. Fair enough. like where my sister lives, long steep hill up to us. The worst was when the older two were both in it at the same time when they were little. There's only 18 months between. Yeah, I mean, well, my two boys, there's only 15 months between them. So, you know, I know what that's like. And, yeah, couldn't have one walking while the other one was in the buggy. I suggest Lincolnshire for when kids are still in buggies, like a snooker table there. Aylesbury is quite flat as well, actually. It's just north of the Chilterns, so it's relatively flat, especially the suburban areas around Aylesbury town. So boring. The highest point in the county is under 300 foot. So it's just a hill in the middle of a field, probably. Do do do. Run to the hills, running up that hill, over the hills and far away. Somewhere. No, that's over Rainbow. Never mind. Okay, so I got the topographical map here. Of the area. Absolute shit. Wait, hang on. What? Run to the hills as Gollum? Oh, fuck. Hey, Zombie Case. How's it going? In fact, I think Lincoln Cathedral is taller than the hill. It is. Wow, okay. Oh my god. Alright, I'm going to do it a cappella though. So someone just claimed their watch points. It's for me to sing a bit of a song, but they've chosen me to sing it with Gollum's voice.
Okay, you stupid hobbits. A white man came across the seas. He brought us pain and misery. He killed our tribes. He killed our creed. He took our game for his own need. We fought him hard, we did. We fought him well. Out on the plains precious, we gave him hell. But the money came, too much for Cree. Oh, we have a been set free, precious. Run to the hills, you stupid hobbit.
All right, is that good enough? Will that do? Oh, you just managed to sit relax. Well, I'm glad you finally sat down. That was terrible. What are you on about? That was marvelous. Run to the hills, run for your lives. Alan, go on. Go away, fly. Been a hostess since last Wednesday until this morning. Just managed to put my apartment back in order and clean everything. Well, I mean, I'm sure your guests were very appreciative, but yeah, no, it can be very exhausting being a host to guests. Um, so I'm sure they are super thankful. Um, must have been interesting having a Yank stay with you. Right, let's put that music back on. Treat myself to some more M&M's now. Right, so I must have moved the camera a little bit. That'll do. That'll do. That's all nice and neat. It's neat enough. Ish. Maybe a little bit of tidy. Those two phones and dropped their full shredder bin today. Nice. Who still uses shredder bins these days? Just set that shit on fire. In October, blimey. Well, I mean, that's a good time to go to Cornwall because you still get a little bit of that warmer weather and nicer weather. So, Devon, it's near Cornwall, it's fine. Devon's still a nice place too. Definitely go visit the Black Forest. World famous for its wild horses. You'll literally be driving down a road and there'll be a horse just there, not giving two fucks. It would just be like, yeah, what? Move around me. I ain't moving for you. Well, your family's spread out a lot, aren't they? Wild cake. Yeah. Devon, Kev, cream first, not jam first. Dude, I don't need to know the order in which you take someone out on a date, okay? Personally, I would like to jam first and then cream later. But I mean, it's up to you. Find yourself this fast self. Do I remember the song from the car? I remember creasing. I don't remember much about the lyrics. But before, just hold that thought because we're gonna go now. You're not gonna claim it, are you? Because that'd be the fourth song claimed this evening. Um, you're gonna hold off for another time. Oh well, thank you so much. I appreciate it because the lyrics of that song are quite explicit. But I believe the song that he wants me to sing along to is called "Show Me Where You Piss From." And the first time I heard it was in the car when we all went off to Hooters. And I was just creasing the whole way. It's a very funny song. Anyway, look. I managed to update them. Yay! Now I can finish the paint jobs on them. Just highlight. That's all they ever needed was a little highlight. And they were good to go. So groovy. I'm happy with that. And then I could get started on this guy. Yeah. But you know, remember, I do commissions, so if you want something painted, I do incredibly okay tabletop standard. I could do maybe some like very good tabletop, like you know, like if you want a little fancy blade effect, like where are you? See, look, if you want something like that, I can do it. Okay. If you want something like this, where it's like, you know, nighttime, with a little flame and a little glowy. I mean, this was just a fun experiment. You know, I could do that too. So, not display standard, but very nice tabletop standard. Remember that. Like, I'm not overselling it. Or it could just, I mean, I've passed stuff off on to War Daddy Miniatures. So he's been happy with the stuff, and the stuff is sold in a reasonable amount of time. So, yeah. And if you want stuff 3D printed, I do that too. There are people in the chat right now who have received 3D printed goods from I, and they are very happy with it. Kev does a nice line. Yeah, well. Oh, where did that go? Got it. It's safe. Well, yeah. I can also do it. So, you know. With a little freehand. Though I bloody hate that freehand because it's terrible. But I can also do it in Necron or Tyrannid as well, if you want. So... So there you go. Right, I'm going to leave it there because it is late. But thank you everybody for being here tonight. I appreciate it. I appreciate the new subs and follows, and thanks Scott for the bits donation as well. And Malifaux, as I understand it, it's a very small warband style game. It's not doing very well. Or is it? No, War Machine was the one that was dying, which was kind of like a more steampunky version of Malifaux. But there we go. It's all right. It's okay. I think I played one game years ago, so I can't put all my opinion on it because I didn't get to explore it much. But there's some nice miniatures in it, so if you're up for just painting miniatures and stuff, it's great for that. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Big thanks to all you wonderful folk who are subscribed on either Buy Me a Coffee or on YouTube. And if you're subscribed over here and not just following me, then thank you so much as well. Join the Discord, it's free to do so. But you know, if you are a member or a subscriber, depending on the platform, of course, then one of the bonuses you unlock is a VIP chat room where you can ask anything, and I'll put some like behind the scenes stuff now and then. I'll even email you if you want to buy me a coffee. You'll get a monthly email at the very least. And yeah, I appreciate all of you. So I'm gonna say goodbye to the YouTube lot because we're gonna raid on Twitch. So have a good night, and we'll see you Wednesday.